Hello kids, so here Raminder Kaur and I'm going to present the last video lecture of chapter number 3, Plant Kingdom. So as we have talked about the 5 different kind of divisions under Kingdom Plantae, so today it is just a summarization of the reproduction and alternation of generations of all the kind of plants which we have studied. Either they can be algae, bryophytes, pteridophytes, gymnosperms or the flowering plants. So before starting with this, let me clear the concept of mitosis and meiosis so that you can easily get an idea, and even the notes will be giving you a proper summarization. So to brief it out, I have taken up this. So in case of mitosis, because it is an equational division, so in the starting or in the beginning, there are 46 chromosomes. So if we consider that all the mammals and most of the flowering plants, they have diploid structure in the starting. So this is an example of human beings that chromosomes are present in pairs. Two set of chromosomes are there where n is equal to 23. So when we multiply 2 with 23, we will get an answer of 46 total chromosomes. So what will happen at the end of the mitosis, that both the cells which are formed from the previous cell, they will be again diploid because the division is equational. There will be no change, no reduction in the number of chromosomes. So this is called as mitosis. And in case of meiosis, what will happen? In the beginning, there is double set of chromosomes, means 46 in number, and there are two divisions in meiosis, which we call meiosis 1 and meiosis 2. During meiosis 1, the two cells which are formed, that will again further divide and will give rise to 4 haploid cells. That's why meiosis is called as reductional division. So all the cells, they have 23 chromosomes which are less as respective to the beginning cell. To make it more clear, there are some points which you can note down in your notebook. So in case of mitosis, there are total 4 stages. So these cell divisions are going to be studied in chapter number 10. So chapter number 10 of your NCERT book comprises of cell division, and we are going to study in detail about how it works and how they are being produced. So in meiosis, there are total 8 stages. What is the main function of meiosis? That it helps in sexual reproduction. Whenever the germ cells, they will give rise to gametes, means either ovaries or testes. Like testes, they will produce sperms and ovaries will produce egg. So which kind of division will take place? That is meiosis, and meiosis is a reductional division. So both are helping. In case of mitosis, let's suppose there is some injury on my skin. So when it will heal, the wound will heal up, new cells will come. Not only after injury, generally as well in our body organs, in our skin cells, on the regular basis, the regeneration of cells is always taking place. So if I ask you, out of these two cell divisions, which is going on in our normal body cells, that we call as somatic cells? So answer is mitosis. If your one skin cell is diploid, new cell will also be diploid in nature. But when the reproduction takes place, and that is also sexual reproduction, during that case, the diploid body is converted into haploid gametes. And when gametes fuse with the another parent gametes, then zygote formed. From zygote, fetus, embryo, and a new child will develop. So this was a basics which was very important before starting with the alternation of generations. So here I have given a very basic concept that how gametophyte and sporophyte bodies work. We have usually talk about gametophyte body in algae, then bryophytes and pteridophytes. And after that we have said in case of gymnosperms and angiosperms that main body is sporophyte. So what is the main function of gametophyte? That it will give rise to gametes. One will be male gamete and another will be female gamete. Students, look upon the symbols of male and female. So you have to learn these symbol terms also. So which kind of cell division is taking place when the gametes are synthesizing? This process of formation of gametes is also known as gametogenesis. And the process is which one? Mitosis. Why mitosis? Because gametes are always haploid, means N, and gametophyte is also haploid. Now, both the gametes of opposite sex, they will fuse with each other and they will give rise to zygote. So as already told, zygote is always diploid in nature. What will form from this zygote structure? Sporophyte body, and sporophyte is always diploid. So which division is taking place from 2n zygote to 2n sporophyte? Mitosis, because again equational 2n is equal to 2n. Now this sporophyte body, as the name is giving an idea, that it will produce spores, and spores are mostly haploid. So 2n will make n. Spores can be many in number, that is not one or two, they are released in a bulk quantity. So here which kind of cell division is taking place? That is meiosis, which is called as reductional division. The spores will again germinate and form a gametophyte body. N is equal to N, both are haploid. So which cell division is there? Mitosis. Next, I have tried to take a very simple definitions of sporophyte and gametophyte body, so that if some kind of question is coming, you must be able to solve it. So for sporophyte, it is diploid, it is made up of many cells. And what is the function of sporophyte? That it will produce spores. By which division? Meiosis. And here it is in meiotic, like mitotic or meiotic. Then second case is gametophyte. So here gametophyte is not diploid, but it is haploid. And again it is multicellular. And from what part it is formed? That are spores. And what will it form? It will form gametes, which are always haploid. So now we will come to our main part, that is plant life cycles and alternation of generations. The very first paragraph talks about all the things which I have just shown you in the diagrams. So in plants, both cells exist, either haploid or diploid, but they can divide by any form. If haploid is dividing by mitosis, which cell will form? Haploid. If diploid cell is dividing by mitosis, which cell will form? Diploid. But if diploid is dividing by meiosis, then which cell will form? Haploid. So these are general terms which you have to remember. Now let's come to our portion, that is number 1 haplontic life cycle, number 2 diplontic life cycle, and number 3 haplodiplontic life cycle. It may seem confusing, but it's very easy. If I talk about most of the algae, it can be volvox, you must remember, that is existing in colonial form. Then Spirogyra, which you have almost seen in many water bodies, in ponds, rivers, at home as well. And some species of Chlamydomonas. So Chlamydomonas is important because it is unicellular algae. So it has haplontic life cycle. So you have to learn this cycle. This is very important because whatsoever written in the paragraph, it will come into this. So that's why I have mentioned algae on the haplontic life cycle. So I will start from gametophyte, that is written on the lower base. There is no sporophyte body which is giving rise to spores. So only gametophyte is there. Gametophyte is haploid. What will gametophyte do? It will produce gametes. The process is called as gametogenesis. Then the term is written syngamy. Do not get confused. Fertilization is also known as syngamy. Syn means fusion. Gamy means gametes. fusion of gametes can be either called as syngamy or fertilization. What will happen? Zygote will form. Then zygote will undergo meiosis directly. Look students, zygote has not given rise to any sporophyte in algae. It is usually dividing by reductional division. So many spores are formed. Spores are also haploid. Then spores will turn into gametophyte with the help of mitosis again. In this case, you can see gametophyte, gametes, spores. All are haploid in nature and only zygote is diploid. But zygote plays very small role because it has to convert further. So that's why we call it as haplontic life cycle. So you have to remember this circulic structure. Then let's come to the second part. In case of few algae, like one example is fucus and thus other one examples are gymnosperms and angiosperms. So all the kind of flowering plants and the naked seed structures like gymnosperms, they are showing mostly this diplontic life cycle. So it will help you. We will start from gametophyte, which is written on the lower side. It is haploid in nature. When gametophyte give rise to two kind of gametes, male and female, the process is called gametogenesis. Fusion is either called syngamy or fertilization. It will form zygote. Now zygote will convert into sporophyte. Both are diploid, so mitosis is going on. Sporophyte will undergo meiosis and it will produce, what it will produce? It will produce spores and spores will give rise to gametophyte. Or if spores are not produced, so here spores are not produced directly, it is converting into gametophytic structure. So you have seen that almost 80% of the plant life cycle is coming under diploid and only gametes and gametophyte structure is haploid. That's why this life cycle is called as diplontic life cycle. Now let's talk about the third one. In third case, bryophytes and pteridophytes, 50% is haploid stage and 50% is diploid stage. We have talked about in bryophytes that gametophyte is the dominating stage. So it is haploid, it will form gametes. See students, the process is remaining same, only the portion is changing, that sometimes it is taking 25%, sometimes 50%, and the whole cycle will remain same. Just the similar small changes are there, that sporophyte is not produced in case of algae in the first haplontic cycle and spores are not mentioned in the second case, but spores are formed there, but that is taking place at a very small scale. Now in this case, haplodiplontic means half of the stage of the life of the plant is haploid and half stage is diploid. With this, I am finishing this chapter and every point is usually similar to the life cycles what are given, or it can be the repetition what we have studied earlier. So interestingly, while most algal genera are haplontic, but some of them can be haplodiplontic, or as we have studied fucus, it can be diplontic. So you can say first division thallophyta or algae, it is segregated in all parts. It is classified as haplontic, diplontic or haplodiplontic, but others are mostly fixed. But most of the algae, they are haplontic in nature. This diagram will also help you. It will give you an clear idea that what is alternation of generation. So generally it is written gametophyte is haploid. Yellow portion shows haploid structures and green portion shows the diploid structure. Gametes are formed, fusion takes place, zygote formed, from zygote, sporophyte formed, from sporophyte, spores are formed, and from spores gametophyte are formed. I hope students you must have understood all the topics because these are very important, and thank you.